So guys, before we get started, don't forget we do have that amazing discount code thanks to Tier 0 Games going on right now. And all you have to do is put in ZW Games 5 to get 5% discount on your total order at tier0games.com. The links will be in the description below. What's up YouTube, Heaven's Games, bringing you, as you can see, an update to Six Samurai. Now this is Six Samurai True King, and the reason it is True King is because they can produce some busted boards, and I'm talking incredibly insane plays. If you wanted to, you could end a board with Bane, Nat Beast, and VFD, to mention the least. Not to mention you also have the spheres on board as well, the Hieratic Link, which is incredibly powerful itself. So you've got a lot of disruption should you want it. I'm going to take you through the profile, show you what we've got, explain why we've got it, and then I'll show you the alternatives that you can put into this deck as well. It is a 45 card deck. I'm looking at 5 cards to drop down to increase the consistency, and we'll go through those as we go as well. So let's go straight into the main deck. And as you can see, you start off with the most important card, and that is triple Fuma. Fuma you want to be destroying at every chance you can. It is a level 1 tuner, and it also works really well with the True Kings and of course Diagram. We've then got triple Kazan. This is basically a free summon if you control a 6 sound monster. So straight away it is incredibly powerful. Gets you into a Link 5, sorry not Link 5, a Synchro 5 straight off the bat. And that is of course one part where Nat Beast can be made should you use it. And then of course we've got double Kizaru, another one for Nat Beast if you want to use it, but of course this one is special summoned off of Fuma and then searches out another copy of Fuma as long as there isn't a wind on the board. It then has the ability to also search out Hatsume should you want it to, and of course Kageki. The biggest downside to this card is it counts itself on the board. If it didn't count itself you could search out Kazan, which would be amazing. But anyway, it gives you full access to any of your 6 Sams apart from Kazan, and 9 times out of 10 the combo is usually pop Fuma, special summon this searches out another Fuma to be popped later on to keep your board rolling. Now onto the True King engine. Of course we play triple wind. Of course you want to be popping your Fuma with this and get that special summon on board. The best things that you can pop is you can pop a wind and a water, and that of course gives you a single card VFD straight off the bat of that one. We've got the one True King Agamazu. Now this could possibly be cut, or you cut water down to 2, just to kind of work on the consistency. The biggest issue we've got with this deck right now is because I've put in this brand new engine of one World Legacy Guard Dragon Marduk, which can be of course popped with Mariamne, the one Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, and of course the one Nightmare Incarnated Ibli. This is part of the new level 9 engine that can flood the board. The biggest issue with those is if you open up a mixture of these without having different ones in deck, you can kill your level 9 engine, and on top of that it can be a massive brick. Now of course Ibli is very powerful itself because it can nuke your entire opponent's board. So if this card is special summoned while you opponent controls more link monsters than you do, you can send all link monsters on the field to the graveyard. So that's very good in that one. If the total link ratings of monsters on the field is 8 or more, you can special summon this card from the hand. So this is a nice one. If your opponent's got loads of link monsters, you just go, okay, special summon Ibli, nuke the board. So it's very good in that sense of its own right. But of course you do use it as one of its fodders to get onto the board the new rank 9 kind of push plays. Now the way the new rank 9s works is you target, I'll probably pull it up now. So you've got the World Legacy Monstrosity. You have a special summon a level 9 from your hand, which is quite good, or you target a level 9 monster you control and special summon from your deck 2 level 9 monsters, each with different original types and attributes. So you've got to be very careful that if you target the Mariamne, you can only bring out your Ibli and the Thunder King. Whereas if you hit the Guard Dragon, you can bring out your Barastos, your Agamazu, anything like that. So you do have a lot of options in order to bring these guys out. You've just got to get the balance right. For the last monsters, we play the one World Chalice Guard Dragon. Again, isn't a necessity, but this actually aids in being able to give you a Bane on board along with the spheres, which is very useful. And then the best thing with the World Legacy Guard Dragon Marduk is if you special summon him off of the spheres, even though its attack and defense is 0, it basically makes all your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack and defense, which is pretty good if you want to defend your board. And then if it's destroyed by battle, you can add from your graveyard to your hand one level 9 monster with a different original type and attribute, so you get to add back either of these 2 or either of these 2 as well, which by the time you've brought him out, these will be in the graveyard. So you get to add a Kaiju back, or an Ibli back, or any of these that can help extend your board. So that's it for the monster lineup. Moving on to the spells, you saw the first one. Just tidy those up a bit. So the first one, of course, is the World Legacy Monstrosity. We've already gone over this. Incredibly powerful card and easily searchable by the new IB. Triple Shien Dojo. This can help extend your board even further. So you open up one of these with the ability of putting tokens onto this. You can go up to 1s, you can go up to 4s, and it just gives you free summons for days. We've then got Triple Six Sam United. This is one of your powerful draw cards. During the standard combo, like I said, a diagram to pop a Fuma straight away gives you a Kizaru and a Fuma. So that gives you 2 cards if you just want to normal summon it anyway, which gives you another draw 2. If you've got a Dojo out as well, you've got more plays off of that. Triple Smoke Signal, because getting to Fuma is the most important thing you could possibly do, which is why we play it alongside 1 Rhoda. And then, of course, the 1 Gateway of the 6. Once we get the new 6 Samurai Link monster, hopefully very, very soon in BLLR 3, of course, I can do a pure 6 Sam build as well, because you can now search Gateway off of that. Then finishing off with the generic, we just got the 1 Monster Reborn. For the True King engine, we play triple Diagram and double Terraforming to search it out, because it is very, very important in this deck. And then we've got the 1 Disciples and the 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. Now, the deck at this moment in time is not reliant, but does dabble in quite a few engines. So it does dabble in, obviously, the Isolde play to get another Fuma from your deck to the board. That is where the Nat Beast play comes in, because if you wanted to, you could put in your Shien Squire, and this becomes an Earth Warrior that comes off of your Isolde, and then that goes with one of your Earth monsters to go into Nat Beast. So if you want to main that, by all means do so, and that gives you easy access to Nat Beast. The last 2 spells we play is Double Desires. Because we are at 45 at the moment, playing Double Desires is not the end of the world. It can be very, very good for you. And then for the last 2 traps, we've got the 1 True King's Return and the 1 True Draco Apocalypse. Again, the only one of these 2 I'll probably consider could drop Apocalypse, but it's still very, very good during the damage step to really, really rinse your opponent down. So that's it for the spells and traps. Now onto the extra deck. So for the extra deck, of course, we play one of the brand new IB, the World Chalice Justica. This card is insane. So it's 1 tuner plus 1 on 1 non-tuner. If for this Synchro summon, you can treat 1 World Chalice normal monster you control as a tuner. Obviously, that doesn't really apply. But if this card is Synchro summoned, you get to add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. So, of course, straight away you search out the World Legacy Monstrosity. Then, if this Synchro Summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 World Chalice monster from your deck or graveyard except itself. So that's where you bring out the Guard Dragon. And that instantly allows you to start rolling some plays off there, especially moving forward, using stuff like... using stuff for the Guard Dragon. So you move the Guard Dragon into that area, and then that allows you to get into your Abyss or your Bane or anything like that at all. Also, keep in mind it is a tuner, so if you wanted to, you can sync up. Not that you do play any syncs in this main deck right now that can help you sync up because you're looking at 9s, but you could, if you wanted to, go into another Synchro level 9, which at the moment we play Trishula because you can actually make it and it's very, very good. If you wanted to, you could take this out for a generic level 9, so you're looking at, I'm trying to think what its name is. Let me just pull the Synchros up in front of me. You could go for a Vermilion Dragon Mech, because by making Vermilion Dragon Mech, of course, it gives you another level 9, which can then give you either 2 VFDs, or of course can give you a VFD and then enter Blafnir. So this is entirely down to you if you want to. Alternatively, you do need a way of getting rid of IB, so going into a Link 2 as well can be very, very useful. But you should be playing this when you've already got a Zold on board, so you can go straight into a Link 3 and then move your plays further forward that way, and that unlocks more zones the way you go. But what you do want to keep in mind is you want to be going into your Triple Burst Dragon, and then of course your Triple Burst Dragon will then go into your Guard Dragon. So I'll show you as we go through it. To round up the Synchros, of course, no 6 Sam deck is complete without a legendary 6 Samurai Shien. And then, of course, we've got the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. This, of course, comes off of the Guard Dragons. And you go the Guard Dragons from the World Chalice Guard Dragon, goes into LP. And then, of course, you can go into Agapane. You end up going into Triple Burst, then you go into Agapane. And then of that, of course, gives you the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. For For the rest of the links, of course, we've got the one Isolde. So you use Isolde plus your IB will get you into your triple burst. But then, of course, what you need to make sure is that this side is kept clear because you need to get the guard dragon out as well. So it's very, very particular in how you make this board go. So you've got to be very, very careful of how you're getting rid of your IB, which is why it's very, very advised to put in something like Beat Cop from the Underworld as well over certain elements. So Beat Cop is very, very important in the deck. And that can go further forward that way as well. So before we get to Beat Cop, of course, you do have the Nightmare Phoenix, and then you do have the Hieratic Seals of Heavenly Spheres. Then if you want to, you can put Nightmare Unicorn in as well. So finishing off the lower level Link Monsters, of course, you go into one Beat Cop from the Underworld. This card, of course, is very, very important. Like I said, you use it to clear off your IB, and then you go into your Triple Burst, and then you've got the Guard Dragon as well. So you make the Guard Dragon Ibly there. Then you go into Triple Burst. That then lets you special summon a dragon from the deck if you want it to. And then, of course, you use that with your Agapane and go straight into Abyss. Right there. Then, of course, for the finishing off the Link Monsters, of course, we've got the one Borreload and the one Borrelsword. You can easily take the Borreload out if you wish. Or, of course, if you want to try and put it on more of a budget, because the majority of this is quite easy and cheap to pick up on, you can take the Borrelsword down as well. And then for your level 9 XYZs, of course, you've got the one Phantom Fortress Enter Blafnir and the one True King of All Calamities. There is the ability in this deck to go into Trishula to rip one from your opponent's hand, then go into a Phantom Fortress Enter Blafnir and rip one from your hand, and also have a VFD on board. So you leave your opponent playing the game with 4 cards in their hand, facing down a VFD, and the possibility of facing down a Hot Red Dragon Archery in Abyss, or a Shien, or of course a Nat Beast should you want to play it. So it really depends on the way in which you want to approach the deck and the way in which you want to approach your opponent, depending on the way you kind of want to move forward. So that is it for the deck profile. Again, very, very interesting build. 6 Sams at this moment in time, or True Kings at this moment in time, of course, have a very, very powerful combo with the new kind of like level 9 splash ability, I suppose, with, of course, Monstrosity, Incarnation, and the rest of the cards as well. I would like it to be more 6 Sam focused, but the way you can build the boards off of this is just insane. So I kind of had to show off the True King version first, and then once we get, of course, the brand new Link Monster, pure 6 Sams can come back into their own. It will be very, very fun to see how we can now search Gateway, or how we would then be able to search Gateway. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Until next time, guys, as always, happy dueling. What's up, YouTube? Dad here with YUGIOH Games. Thanks for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that big thumbs up button in the bottom corner as well. And don't forget to hit the big red subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. Make sure you click that notification bell as well so you know every time one of our new videos goes up. Throughout the whole year of 2019, we're going to have more deck profiles, duels, and of course pack openings for you guys to watch and enjoy the entire year round. So stay tuned for more, and as always, guys, happy dueling.